We are working on the supplier configurations, and using this configuration, we can define the supplier numbering sequence, and then supplier type lookup. You know what kind of supplier that you are creating, whether the supplier is insurer or electronic product supplier or trainings or something. Okay, and tax or nation, and the production services, nothing but when you're creating a supplier, the supplier is providing what kind of production services. Okay, that we will see it now. And also we defined procurement agent. You should be a procurement agent to configure the supplier. There are two roles are there, supplier related roles. One is supplier manager and supplier administrator. Everyone with me? Keep your mobiles in silent mode.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Keep your mobiles in silent mode. Hello, madam. Hello, Marija, madam. You're
Hi,
back?
sir. Yes, sir.
Please catch up the recordings.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Updates about the instance. Instance updates. EHQJ instance. User and password. New user and password updated in the learning portal. Okay. And a new demo instance added in the learning portal. Okay. And for this instance, earlier we provided TechLead site user. That user is no more working. We have provided new user. Please use the new user and password, which is in the learning portal. Okay. But your data, your configurations, everything is there in that instance. Okay. Clear? Please acknowledge me, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Two responses.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Your data is there. Only we have updated the new user and password. Old user is not going to work. Okay. Any questions, please ask me now. If you're not clear, ask me now. Okay. From the procurement, I navigate to suppliers. And from the suppliers, I'm trying to pull out the supplier which I tried to create yesterday. And this is the supplier that I'm trying to create. And I'm clicking on the edit button. I'm clicking on the edit button. And if I scroll down here under the production services, so TechLead site is offering, this company is offering Oracle trainings, right? So if you go to production services, we created browsing category and we have added couple of item categories to the browsing category. I'm trying to fetch that. You see here. You see here. So this company this supplier is providing Oracle Fusion related products to us. Okay, I'm selecting that. Okay, so this is the browsing category, trainings. Under that, this supplier is providing Oracle Fusion courses. Okay, understood why we created products and services? Understood why this setup is created?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because from this setup, we are adding which products and services that we are getting from the supplier. Okay, this is browsing category and this is the item category. Okay, and yesterday I created one address, and similarly we can create multiple addresses also. After that, we have to create a site. We have to create a site. If I click on the new button, I'm creating a new site. I'm selecting the business unit. I'm selecting the business unit. For India BU, Amirpet is one of the location, and I'm creating that as a site. And for this site, we can make the payment, and we can also place the purchase order for this site. And site level, some controls are there. Site level, once you click on save, you see that get enabled here. Save it, that get enabled here. So if I click on the purchasing site level, what is the communication method? How you communicate purchase order to the supplier? I communicate our purchase order to the supplier through email. What is that email ID? What is that email ID? So we create purchase order in our ERP application, right? In the Fusion application that need to be communicated to the supplier. So what is the email ID? Okay. And what is supplier preferred, freight terms? What about freight terms? Who will take care of the freight terms? Either we take care of the freight terms or supplier is going to take care of the freight terms. So these freight terms we can create. I'll show you later how to create these freight terms. So these are the different freight terms created in the application. Okay. And right now I'm not selecting any freight term. Let's keep it empty. And if I go to receiving, some of the receiving related controls are there. Suppose if the supplier is sending you ordered item A, but that item is not available with the supplier is sending you a substitute item. Nothing but item B he is sending. So whether substitute receipts are allowed for this supplier or not. Okay. Over receipt. In case of over receipt, how much over receipt you will allow? How much over receipt you will allow? You will allow 10% over receipt. Over receipt is nothing but more than the order quantity. How much you are allowing to receiving from this supplier? 10% I am allowing. Okay. Like this receiving controls are there. These receiving controls I will explain you in some other setup. Okay. That time we'll discuss in detail. And coming to invoicing, what is the invoicing currency for this site? What is the preferred invoice currency? Okay, this is invoice related options are there, but this complete section is for the financial consultant, because invoicing and payments, it's a financial consultant part. So this complete section is for that. So what we can do is I'm just under the purchasing tab, I entered the email address, and then directly from the site assignment, I'm clicking on this button, click on auto create assignment. Click on auto create assignment and enter the bill to business unit. the bill to BU is nothing but it should be our BU itself, but our BU is not displayed from the drop down. I think seems to be somebody updated my configuration. Please do not touch my setups. You can use my setups to perform the transactions like miscellaneous receipt issue, substitute transfer, but my setups don't change. My configurations, please don't change. I wanted to verify my business unit business functions. 53K BU business functions I would like to verify. Yeah, so here, why our BU is not displaying in the bill to section? Because our BU is not enabled for the payment. You can see here. Is it enabled for the payment? No. Understood what is the issue? I'm enabling for the invoicing. We create supplier invoice and also we make the payment to the supplier. I enabled these two business functions for our business unit. And then I'm saving it now. And now I should be able to fetch our business unit from the dropdown. Okay, clear? Understood what is the issue? The default ship to location. Did I create any ship to location? For 53, any location did I create it? I didn't. Let me check. For our inventory ordination, what is the location that I have attached? So I attached 52K location. Let's do one thing to avoid confusion. I'm going to create one location for our 53 batch. Otherwise, I don't want to use 52 locations. I'm creating a new location now for 53. I'm creating a location and I want to use this location as the default ship to. So this default ship to is nothing but, when you're placing a purchase order to the supplier, when you're creating a PO, you're creating a PO to the supplier, then automatically the system is going to default to this location as a default ship to location and default bid to location. That means you are expecting the stock to be delivered to this location and invoice to be delivered to this location. But you can change at the time of PO creation, the default ship to and bid to location, you can change. Okay. What I've done at the site level from the purchasing, I have entered the communication email ID, and under the site assignment, I have actually clicked on the auto create site assignment and make sure client to BU and bill to BU is provided and enter the ship to location and bill to location. Okay, that's it. So this is about one location, one site. As of now, I created one location and then one site. Suppose if the supplier is having multiple sites, then we have to create here. So create one more address and after create one more site also. Okay. And click on the submit button. That is about the supplier creation. And supplier can be created in multiple ways. As I mentioned, supplier can be created in multiple ways. Okay. I have explained about one method now. What is that method? Create supplier. Create supplier. Okay. The other method is FBDA template. FBDA template. Okay. If you go to FBDA templates, Oracle Fusion, FBDA templates for procurement. For the suppliers, I think 8 FBDA templates are there for the supplier. Yeah, you see here. If you click on this task list, okay, and this is called as table of content, and you can see all these are the templates to upload the suppliers. And using this template, which information we can upload? Supplier profile information. Using this template, what we can upload?
Supplier address.
Supplier addresses, and then supplier sites. So you have to upload the data in a sequence. Okay, without uploading the site, address, it is possible to upload the sites. After the address, you have to upload the sites, right? After the address. And after importing the supplier basic information, nothing but main profile information, you are able to create addresses also. Okay. So there is a sequence, that sequence you have to follow. But supplier upload is not easy. You leave it to the technical consultants. Don't touch this. It's not easy. Let them take care of this work in the real-time implementation. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 templates are there. Okay. So this is import. So if you create supplier from here, and if you import the suppliers, there is no approval. Okay. As I mentioned in this document, no approvals. Approvals are not required. Here you see, create supplier and then upload. For these two, approvals are required? No. But for the registration, approvals are required. Okay. So in case of registration, 2 registrations are there. Internal registration and then external registration. Internal registration is nothing but there is a task called register supplier. Okay. And if you click on that, register supplier, if you click on that, you have to provide the supplier information here. You have to provide supplier information here one by one, and you have to click on the register option. Okay. So this register option is only displayed to the register option is displayed to the supplier administrator. Hope you remember yesterday I discussed about a supplier administrator and supplier manager roles. What is the difference between both of them?
Supplier administrator
manager
registers the supplier. Manager will approve it.
Supplier administrator, technically speaking, he can only see the register supplier task. Okay. And if you create supplier, from here, it requires approvals. Okay. And whereas supplier manager, can see create supplier task. Okay. That means if you create a supplier from this task, is it approval required, team? No. Clear? Clear, team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now there is something called external registration also. External registration. External registration is nothing but there is a link. There is one setup. This setup I'll explain you later. But in this setup, you should be able to take the link. This is the link. So this is for the prospective supplier, and this is for the spend order supplier. Okay. Prospective supplier link, and then spend order supplier link. Suppose if you wanted to invite and if you wanted to onboard the supplier as a spend authorized, you send this link. Or you want to onboard as a prospective supplier, you send this link. Sir, what is the difference between these two links? Now, in case of prospective supplier, you no need to create nothing, but you no need to collect much details because the supplier is not approved for the business. Later, when the supplier is approved for the business, you collect all the details. But for the prospective supplier, you can collect just initial basic information only. That is enough. Okay. So in this link right now, you'll see everything like company, contact address, business, bank account, production services review. And here also you'll see everything. But for the prospective supplier, you think bank account information is not required. Bank account information is not required. Okay. In that case, what you can do is there is a setup. There is a setup. If I go to suppliers and if I switch to all tasks, the setup name is supplier registration and profile change request. If you go to this configuration here, for the prospective supplier, I don't want to collect the bank information. Please hide that. Why we are not collecting the bank information? Can you place a purchase order to the prospective supplier?
No.
No, right? If you don't place a purchase order, then what is the need of bank details now? Because if you purchase, you pay. If you don't have a purchase option, then why you need bank information right now? Not required, right? So in case of prospective supplier, you can choose which information you want. Okay. And also, you can also not only hide it. Okay. See, I would like to hide. You can hide the section completely. Okay. Let me hide it. And there is something called required and enable. Enabled is nothing but it will display, but if the supplier wants to provide that information, it's fine. But hide means supplier is not able to see. Required means it's a mandatory information. Now let me save it. And let us take this link again. Let us take this link again in the procurement business function options. Now I'm clicking on the prospective supplier. Now, do you see bank information in this link?
No, sir.
No, right? Okay. The supplier need not to provide bank details, not required. And supplier has to provide all these details like company information. You see website, DUNS number, and then first name, last name, email ID, contact information, addresses, and everything. So this is called as external registration or self-registration. Clear with this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All the 4 types are clear, right? Creating the supplier manually by using the create supplier task and uploading the suppliers, and internal registration. Internal registration. In case of internal registration, what you are doing, you are entering the supplier information. You are entering you are feeding the supplier information in the application. But in case of external registration, supplier is entering. Okay. In case of internal registration, in case of external registration, approvals required. Approvals required in both the cases. So this is actually good functionality because, if you send this link to the supplier is going to fill his company information. This will save a lot of our time. And also the information provided by the supplier, that is, he's providing with his own hands. So if that should be an accurate information. Any questions so far? Everyone good?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Sir,
Yes, madam, tell me.
sir, I have one doubt, sir. What is this actual register supplier?
Register supplier is nothing but we are entering the supplier information. We receive details from the supplier through email and we are entering into the application.
Means every supplier is giving the details. Each and every supplier details we are entering, sir. What is the specialty for the register supplier?
Approvals, madam.
Okay, depend upon the approvals only.
Now here, I'm the supplier administrator.
Okay,
How I can create this supplier?
create the supplier.
Create supplier option only visible to whom?
For the who's creating the supplier.
Create supplier option is visible to whom?
Manager.
It's visible to only to the manager role.
Okay, supplier manager. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have this role. I have only this role.
Okay.
If I have only this role, what I can see? I can see only register supplier option.
Supplier option.
That means I'm able to create supplier from this task only.
Okay.
So if I create a supplier from here, it will go for approval.
Approval.
Okay.
Okay.
Please concentrate here, madam. I explained almost 3 to 4 times. Please.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Please put your 100% concentration here.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So till here you are good, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And next we'll discuss about and this is also I just completed this configuration, supplier registration. So this setup is nothing but let me show you the setup again. From the suppliers, switch to all tasks. And if I scroll down, manage supplier registration and profile change request. This is the task. And here you can basically decide which sections you wanted to display to the supplier or to collect information from the supplier, prospective and spend authorized. And one more configuration is also here. After the supplier is created, in future, if you update the supplier information, you can update the supplier information, or supplier also can update his information. You can update, or supplier also can update. In either cases, you want approvals or not. For the prospective supplier, if the contact information is changed, then approval required. Approval required. Okay. And the company details also changed, then approval required. And for the spend order supplier, if anything changed, approval definitely required. This is profile change. So in future, if any modifications done to the supplier information for the spend authorized, approval required for everything. It could be supplier address, supplier bank accounts, supplier payment method, contact information. For everything for the spend authorized supplier, approval required. But in case of prospective, only approval required if the contact information is changed and if the company details are changed. Clear?
Krishna, I have one doubt. Like for external customers and internal customer, I mean supplier registration, it will go for approvals, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So where this, I mean, who's supposed to approve this supplier pay to configure?
That I'll cover.
Okay.
And sir, you said that a supplier also can modify their information and they can update. So for that, is they are using the different any URL or any portal?
The supplier portal is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Supplier. Okay. And for that, client has to procure the license also, a separate license for them, each supplier, or it's a common, it come in that package itself.
Not in the package, it's a separate module license only. All these modules licenses are separate only. If you want to use this module separate license, this module separate license.
As a separate license.
Module wise license is there. So I mentioned about this portal, supplier portal. Hope you remember yesterday I discussed about this portal.
Yes, sir.
Our suppliers can log into our application, and from our application itself they can sorry. From 1 week I'm suffering with the cold.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So from the supplier portal, supplier is able to modify his profile information. Okay. So this is the portal. Okay. Next question, please. Okay. And coming to the approvals, and somebody asked me, sir, where you configure the approvals, and that I'll cover in the coming classes. I don't want to touch that screen now, because if I touch that screen, then you'll be panic, because it has a lot of options. And if I just show you that screen, you'll get a lot of questions also. Okay, that's the reason I don't want to cover that part here now. Later I'll cover. We see here supplier approvals. There are different types of supplier approvals are there. Nothing but internal supplier registration approvals and external supplier registration approvals. So here you can configure who is going to approve it. Okay, and this is profile change approvals and internal profile change approvals. And this one, promoting the supplier from prospect to spend authorized approvals. Different types of approvals setups are there. In these approval setups, we can configure who is going to approve the supplier, either you or me or my manager or somebody, we can configure here. Okay, clear? That I'll cover in the coming classes.
Okay.
And how supplier can update his profile information also I'll cover in the coming classes. In the supplier portal, I'll cover that. Okay, this is supplier portal related topics. So in the supplier portal related topics, see here, supplier can update his profile information. We can update and supplier also can update him. Okay, understood, Apurva?
Yes, sir.
I'll cover that.
Okay.
Any more doubts? So far, good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, let us finish the remaining setups also. There is something called a supplier notification. So this is nothing but configure new supplier notification. So here you see this, you read this. Are you able to understand anything?
Once the supplier is approved, this email will be sent to the supplier.
Exactly. Not approved in the sense initially you onboarded supplier as a prospect too, and you are okay with the supplier and you promoted the supplier from prospect to spend authorized. And then when you promote the supplier to the spend authorized, it goes to the approval. Once that promotion is approved, then this email notification is triggered to the supplier. This is welcome email. And you can also attach some documents also. You can also attach some documents also. Nothing but you want to attach your company holidays calendar, or from your company side, who is the contact person, first level contact, second level contact. You can attach the details also. Okay. But you see here the email size should not be exceeding more than 10 MB. Okay. The attachments that you are attaching, it should not exceed more than 10 MB. So this is an automatic email which is triggered when the supplier is promoted from prospect to spend authorized. Okay. And after the approval, this email goes to the supplier. Clear?
Yes.
And I want to cover this descriptive flexi fields topic. This descriptive flexi field is nothing but in any form Oracle provided fields are there. If you open supplier or if you open any screen, Oracle provided fields are there, but you wanted to insert some extra fields. You want to create some fields. Suppose if you take the supplier screen, in the supplier screen, all these fields are provided by Oracle. And if you see this section, additional information, in the additional information section, these are the fields which are created by the IT team. Nothing but we. We can also create our own fields here. How to create that, I'll show you. So here, is there any option called reference? Nothing but who referred this supplier to us. Is there any option called reference here? I would like to capture who referred this supplier to me. The reference person name I would like to capture. Oracle provided field is there? No. What I can do in the additional information section, I can create my own field. I'll show you how to create that. So technically speaking, that's called as a DFF, descriptive flexi field. Descriptive flexi field. Okay, I'm creating that now. I'm doing it from the setup and maintenance, the suppliers. And do you see any task called descriptive flexi fields?
On top and downward side.
Here it is, okay. Supplier descriptive flexi fields. And you want to create the DFF at the supplier level or site level. Site level means in which screen you want to create. You want to create here or you want to create here, site level. Okay. I would like to create here only. I would like to create at supplier level, not at site level. Okay. So select the first option. If you want to create at site level, select site level. Click on that and click on the edit button. Click on the edit button. Already these are created in the application. This is what you see there in that form also. Something called care Krish DFF. Okay, so all of them are displaying here. This is what currently defined, I think, by the students. Students are practicing here. Now we will create our own field now. Okay. Click on the new button. Reference. If you enter the name, automatically code and API name got generated after you press the tab. I didn't enter it. Did I enter code and API name? No.
Yeah.
And description I'm entering. And name means it's what data type? It's a number or character, or it's a date and time. What you want to capture? You want to capture the
alphanumeric name.
Okay. It's a character.
Character.
I'm selecting the character. And if it is a character, how many characters you want to store? How many characters you want to store? Oracle provided a predefined value set for that. Predefined. All the predefined value set starts with HRC. HRC. I'll show you. You see here, these are predefined value sets. So in this field, you want to capture how many characters? I would like to capture 20 characters. 20 character, 20 letters I would like to capture. Okay. Clear? Did I create a value set? No. I have selected the predefined value set. because I would like to capture how many characters? 20 characters. That's why I selected 20 character value set. Okay. And you want this to be required field mandatory. No, I don't want it to be a mandatory. Let it be optional. What is a prompt? The prompt is nothing but what you see here. What you see here, the display name, the prompt is nothing but. I would like to referral name. I want to mention like that, the prompt, referral name. And what about the size and height of the field? Size, I'm selecting 20 character. And height, I'm selecting 2 character. Height of the box. Nothing but this one. This is a text field, right? What is the height and what is the size of this box? Height is 2 character and size I entered as 20 character. And later, do you use this field for the reporting? Yes. For the reporting, nothing but when you're generating the reports, will you use this field for the reporting? Save it. And I want this to be displayed in the here in the screen. I want this to be displayed in the first position. To display that in the first position, right now in the first position, something with 10 is there. What I do is I'll enter 9 here. The sequence 9. Or maybe you enter first so that it will be displayed in the first place. I entered 1 and save and close and then deploy it. Don't worry, I will create and show you one more field also. One more field also I'll show you. Now deployment is successfully completed. But what is the indication here? What is the heads up here? Start a new session. To start a new session, please log out and log in, and better to close the browser and reopen the browser also. I'm logging out and I'll close the browser and also I'll open the browser again. And go to the supplier screen. Procurement and suppliers. And click on create supplier. Then create. Okay. See here, it displayed in the first place. Okay, referral name. Who referred? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
We know who connected from iPhone. Who is that iPhone? Can you please mention your name? Okay. So this is about character field. What type of DFF we created? Character DFF we created. Okay. And now I would like to create, the list of value DFF. Okay. How to create, I'll show you. Same process. Click on the edit button. Click on the edit button. And click on the new. Click on the new. Assessment completed. Data type. I mean, what type of DFF you want to create. You can also create a number DFF also. Date DFF. Nothing but date and time. So that date and time is nothing but I'll show you here. On the supplier screen itself, you see this field is a date field. Correct? This is a date field. And date and time is nothing but along with the date, you can also enter the timestamp. So here you are just capturing the date. You are not capturing the time. So this type of field is date field. You can also create a date and time field also. So different type of fields, nothing but a character, a text box field or a list of value field, date and time field can be created based on the data type selection. Again, I'm creating character. And this time I would like to create a value set. I'm creating a value set. Click on create a value set and module, supplier model, module, validation type independent, data type character, and subtype text. How many length of the characters you want to use? 3 characters maximum length I would like to use. Click on save. And if you go to manage values, enter the values. I'm creating yes. Assessment completed, yes or no? Yes or no? Click on save and close. The value set, whatever I created, it's defaulted here. It's defaulted here. You can also set the default value also. You can also set the default value. I am mentioning the default value as not provided. Default value I'm mentioning as not provided. And you see here display type. Earlier display type is text box, right? Now what is the display type? List of value. And the size I'm selecting 3 character and height I'm selecting same 2 character only. Why entered size as 3 character? Because in that box we will enter yes or no. So 3 character is okay. S is 3 character letter. And the height is the box height. Is 2 character is okay. And I'm gonna use this data for the reporting. Okay. And whatever the new field that we are creating, in the front end, we are storing the data here, but in the table level, we are storing under here. Table level. Suppose if you enter something here, it should sit in the table, right? Okay, in the table in which column it is going to store, that is you see here, attribute number 5. That means this information under this table, it will store under this column. POZ suppliers is the table name. Under this table, under attribute 5, the assessment completed data will be displayed in the table level.
I think default value.
This one,
Yes.
not provided. I entered 3 characters and here the default value, a lot of characters are there. Okay. Let me enter 10 here. I think more than 10, I think that is, including the spaces. I'm entering 15. 7.
Krishna, I think this is not a list of values value, right? We entered only yes or no.
Yeah, correct. I would like to try this way. That's why I'm trying.
Okay.
Let me try. Whether I'm cross-checking whether only it will take yes or no, or it will take something else also. I'm checking. Let me do one thing. I'll try with NA, not applicable. I know we have to enter only the values only, but I want to try whether it is taking like this or not. It's not taking. It's not taking. Okay. So the default value, you're allowed to set only the values you entered in the value set. In the value set, we entered yes or no. So I would like to make no as my default value. Okay. Now deploy. Now start a new session, nothing but the same process. Better log out and log in. Procurement and suppliers. Okay. Clear? How to create a list of value. And also understood the default value significance also. Clear, team? So this is what I created, assessment completed. And what is the default value that I set? No. That's why I see the moment you, by default, what is the value set here? No. And you can change to yes. Also, if you want. And these two yes or no we created under value set, right? Yes or no we created under the value set.
Values.
Where we created value set here. It's a mandatory field? No. It's not a mandatory. That's why it is also, it's not a mandatory here. Okay, clear? How to create user-defined fields? Technically speaking, DFF create, clear?
Yes.
Like this, in the not only in the supplier screen, lot of screens are having this option of additional information. In any screen, if you see this additional information, nothing but we are allowed to create our own fields. We are allowed to create our own fields. Our field can be a character field, or it can be a number data type field, or it can be a list of value, or it can be a date field, or it can be a date and time field. Okay. Suppose as of now, we come across many screens. Suppose if you want me to show a couple of screens where we can create DFF, I'll show you. In the setup screens also it is there. Suppose when you are creating the inventory ordinations. When you're creating the inventory ordinations, if you go to org parameters, the last section, this section is completely for the DFF. Hope you remember the screen.
Yes, sir.
So you're able to create your own fields here. But you should be able to identify the place to create these fields. So this is ordination parameters screen, right? So for the org parameter screen, where we can create the DFF, it is under inventory. So go to inventory module. Go to inventory module under manufacturing, supply chain, material management. I'm navigating to inventory. And in the inventory, do you see descriptive text fields? Inventory descriptive text fields. You go there. And if you click on the search, you'll see a lot of screens, not only in the org parameter, there are a lot of other screens also where you can create DFF. You see here, the screen is inter-org parameter. That means in the inter-org parameter screen also, you can create DFF. And this is about ABC analysis. In the ABC analysis screens also, you can create DFF. Okay. And coming to our requirement, org parameters, right? The screen name. Do you see that? Yeah, here it is. Here it is, inventory org parameters. If you go there and if you create a, right now it is empty. There are no DFFs created here. If you create here, those DFFs are displayed in which screen? Org parameter screen. What type of DFFs you can create? Character, number, date and type. Same process. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is that okay if I take class for another 10 minutes? Anyone having any hard stop?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, sir, please.
All of you, can you please confirm anyone is having any hard stop? 10 minutes class is okay, team? I want to cover one topic.
Okay, sir. Please proceed. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now the last topic for today is audit policies. So this topic is nothing but tracking the supplier level changes. Supplier level changes. Suppose you onboarded the supplier, you created the supplier, but later the supplier level changes can be tracked. Nothing but you have access to supplier information. I have access to supplier information. There could be some manipulations also may happen. Nothing but you may update the bank account details. If you update the bank account details, what will happen? Again, is that bank account number or finance team is going to make the payment. Because you have access, I have access. That's very important, right? Bank account information on the supplier profile. If you update the bank account information, somebody intentionally updated the bank details, then payment goes to that bank account. So that's why some critical information is there in the supplier object. That critical information tracking we can do. There is something called audit policies. It's a setup. First of all, you have to enable which fields you want to track on the supplier level. I'm navigating to manage audit policies. Manage audit policies. And I'm clicking on this button, configure business object attribute. Here, select supplier model. Select supplier model. First of all, you have to enable the tracking here. You have to enable the tracking here. Nothing but if on the supplier bank account, if any of these fields are changed, nothing but bank name, branch, country, conversion rate, IBAN number, account number, okay. If anything is changed, we can track that, okay. Who updated that information, we can track that. And I wanted to allow international payment. If this is also updated, I would like to track. And if the account description also modified, I want to track. What I'm doing, first of all, I'm enabling here. I'm enabling which data I would like to track, which fields information I would like to track. After enabling this, so the application is going to start tracking all these fields data. Okay. And you can generate a report. If you run that report, application is going to give you what was the previous value and what is the latest value and who updated that record, who updated that data, it will give you. I'll show you that. I'm navigating to the tools. From the tools and click on audit reports. Click on audit reports. And here, I would like to track the changes that happened between March 1st to, let me select between operator, from March 1st to till today. And on which object tracking you want to see on the supplier model. And what operation you want to track? You want to track update operation or delete operation or insert operation. I would like to track only update operation or delete operation, not insertion. Insertion is nothing but creation. I don't want to track creation. I would like to track updation and deletion. These two. Okay. And click on the search. Click on the search. And you can export this information to the Excel file also. I'm exporting this information to the Excel file. So this will give us the information who updated the supplier, who modified the supplier data. Because this data is a sensitive information. Supplier data is a sensitive information. Especially the payment method and then bank account details. You can see here what is the user and what is the user ID, when, and what was the, yesterday we created, okay, what happened? There is some update in the site. And here somebody updated the supplier contact details here. This is also update operation. Who updated this? This user. All the update operations only we are tracking here. And if you see any unauthorized update by an unauthorized person, then you can take the action immediately. Okay. Understood? And you can also select a particular user. I would like to see the changes done by a particular user. You can enter a username also. So this is called as audit report. This is called as a supplier audit report. So before you run the audit report, first of all, you have to enable the tracking. The tracking need to be enabled from the audit policies. How I navigate it, I'll show you again. Okay. This is the task name. Go to manage audit policies and click on this button and select the object that you want to track. I would like to track supplier model. And what data you want to track. Given contact information also. Suppose if I select supplier contact. On the supplier contact right now, we are only tracking first name and last name. Not only that, if the supplier contact number, nothing but if the email ID is updated, supplier contact email ID, and if the mobile number is also updated, okay, I want to track. Since I enabled these two fields today, the tracking will happen from today. The tracking will happen from today. Okay, if any changes to the email address and then mobile, that will be reported in this audit report. It's an important functionality for the client. Sir, like this, okay, you said the supplier can be tracked, okay? Like this, what else can be tracked? For the supply chain management and procurement, we are able to track org level parameter. Suppose if you click on supply chain management component properties, here you can see inventory organization level changes can be tracked here. Inventory org level. Okay. Inventory org level. And also locator level also. Locator level changes can be tracked. And from the manufacturing side, manufacturing parameters, that's it. For the supply chain management, that's it. I think anything else, I think no. All the others are related to other modules. These are related to other modules. Financials, HR. I'm just cross-checking. Now, supplier model and then supply chain management component properties. These two are us. Anything else? Expenses, payroll. Okay, there is nothing related to supply chain and procurement. That's it. Only this can be tracked. Clear? This is called as audit reports. So with this topic, I'm done with the supplier section. Okay, like this, we have a lot of sections to be discussed in the coming classes. So next section is procurement foundation. After that, purchasing foundation. We'll discuss all these section related configurations one by one. And one more thing, if you're working on the inventory, suppose you lagged, okay, you are working on the inventory, please stop it. Stop working on the procurement. Stop working on the inventory, start working on the procurement module. Start working on the procurement module team. Compared to inventory, procurement is a very, very important module. And to work on this, you need to create item. Do you need to perform sub-inventory transfer, any dependency with those topics? No, right?
No, sir.
No dependency. That means directly, once you complete your enterprise structure, directly you can start on the procurement. No dependency with the inventory topic. Cycle counting dependency is there for this concept. Physical counting dependency is there. No, right? So if you don't have a time or you are not completed your inventory practice, don't worry. Please start at least procurement model practice. I'm planning to take some extra sessions on Friday and Saturday. Extra session is nothing but just 1 hour extra just for these 2 days. Kindly available. Kindly available for these 2 days, team. Okay.
Yes.
14 and 15. 14 and 15. If any one of you are not able to attend, at least please catch up the recording on Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, this Friday and Saturday, I will take 1 hour extra class. Only for this week. And I think I won't take extra classes in the upcoming weeks. I don't take, only for this week. Only for this week. Sridhar, you attend 1 hour, the remaining 1 hour, please catch up the video, Sridhar.
All right, no problem.
Only for this week, okay? Not for
Sure,
the
sure.
next upcoming weeks. I don't take, only for this week.
Okay, not an issue.
Okay, so that's all from my side for today. And I'm done with my next batch. Only costing is left for them. So I'm free now. If you're having any doubts, you can take my time and clarify yours. I don't have next class. Any questions, please? I have time. Any practice doubts, any questions related to previous modules? And beginners and freshers, if you come across any new terminology, please note it down and ask me. If you're not clear with one point and if you hesitate to ask in front of everyone, don't worry, please note it down and ask me at the end of the class. And if you want, I can help you in Telugu also. I can clarify your questions in Telugu also, okay? But not in the middle of the class, at the end of the class. Telugu or Hindi. At the end of the class, I'll clarify, but not in the middle of the class. I don't want to use Telugu, Hindi during the classes, during the explanation.
Sir, I have one small doubt, sir.
Tell me, sir.
Sir, for these audit policies, do we have any option, like suppose if there is any changes or any update, then we have to check this report, right? So
Yes.
Can we get any option like, suppose if there is any changes or any update, the approval bodies or any senior team will get a mail or something information immediately?
Not mail, sir. We can configure approvals. So suppose if you take supplier, suppose if the supplier profile is updated.
Yeah.
Okay, we can configure approvals. You see here, if the supplier profile is updated, then you can configure approvals and it will come for your approval.
Immediately it will come, right?
Yeah, you will receive an email also. So so-and-so thing is updated and it is waiting for your review, reviewed and approved.
Okay.
It's a control, sir. It's also a control.
Okay.
If you approve only, then only that change is affected. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone started working on the procurement?
Yes, sir. I have started.
Avina, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Started on the procurement. Inventory, everything completed, right?
Yes, sir.
How many times practice completed, madam?
Twice, sir, but I have to do it one more, I think. Once more.
Okay. Okay. And you're maintaining separate document for procurement. Okay. Very good. Rakesh, yeah, you also started working on the procurement. Good.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, all of you. You're able to make up yourself along with me. Practice is important, and you kept that in your mind and you're continuously practicing. Okay. But a lot of time practice is required. One second, please. From Sindhu. Sindhu, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Inventory practice completed, madam?
Yes, sir. Done.
How many times, madam?
Only 2 times, sir.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. At least on the procurement, you'll get a lot of topics to practice on the procurement. So please practice that module.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Freshers, कुछ questions है? याना doubt लेना है? फिर तो बोलो. कोई freshers है इधर, beginners है? कोई doubts है? Any doubts? याना doubts सुनना है? All languages.
Sir,
Tell me, sir.
sir, can I ask one question? Again, it's a small question.
Tell me, sir.
Sir, for Minimax at sub-inventory, can there be any scenario where I am running this Minimax and MR cannot be created? Replenishment cannot be created.
Yes, sir. If your configurations is not proper, okay. in case of, if the PR, purchase requisition has to be created. Oh, you
Not
need to
per-
say MR, right? Movement.
Yeah,
request.
MR, sub inventory, I'm saying.
No, sir. If the total availability is less than the minimum quantity, definitely it will create.
It will definitely create, right?
Yeah, it will definitely create. There is no other. If the configuration is proper, it will definitely create.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I have created, sir, and I have created and it was done, but yesterday I was again working on it. So there it was not created. So
Okay.
yeah.
It will create, sir. You verify the source type that you selected sub-inventory or not.
Yeah, I will do again that here.
Yeah, maybe if it is empty, the source type is empty, or if it is ordination, or if it is supplier, it won't create MR, right? It should be sub-inventory.
Yeah.
Please verify. कोई है हैदराबाद में इधर?
I am in Hyderabad only, sir.
अब हैदराबाद से और कुछ से?
I am from Hyderabad, sir.
Okay. मैं एक फेस टू फेस सेशन प्लान कर रहा हूँ आप सबको मिलने के लिए। मैं बोलूँगा जो हैदराबाद में है आप लोग आ सकते हैं इंस्टीट्यूट को। ओके
Okay, sir.
Practice very important thing. Okay, and also as I mentioned, I am free, utilize this time, and I'm starting new batch from 19th onwards. After 19th again I'll be get busy. So this 1 week I'm free after your class. If you're having any silly question also ask me after the class. Okay, any practice doubts, anything, but do your effort. Okay, when you get some issue, you research on yourself, and if you are not able to find out the problem, then come to me. Okay, because you should know the troubleshooting skills also. You should troubleshoot yourself. You have to research yourself. First you do that and come to me. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Thank you all then. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
Sir, I have a small doubt. What is the meaning of expense item?
Suppose if you purchase a laptop, that's a inventory item, right? Laptop is inventory item. When I say inventory item, it's a goods.
Yeah.
And it has some value also. Today you purchase for 30,000, and after 1 year also you may sell it for at least 5,000. It's a basically valued item to the company.
Yeah.
But coming to expense items, it does not create any value to the company. Okay, and also it is consumable in the company. Suppose if you take biscuits and tissues, A4 size papers, and stationery, and you are purchasing an antivirus. You are purchasing an antivirus. That's also expense. Okay, and monthly you are paying rent. Monthly you are paying rent. Okay, so rent also you can create as an item, but it's an expense item. How we can create an expense item means I think if you refer to the interview questions.
Yes, sir. I seen in interview inventory or
Yeah. So there, inventory item, there is an attribute called inventory item that is selected to know. If the stockable is selected to know, that's an expense item. And the costing also selected to know.
Yeah, configuration is also there.
Yeah, configuration is also there. If all of them are selected as no, that's an expense item. You can create a rent as an expense item. Every month you can create invoice for the rent item, and you can make the payment to the house owner.
Yeah.
And you can also, you have to create a house owner as a supplier in the application, because you'll make the payment to the supplier.
Yes.
So house owner is also a supplier here. But what he's supplying premises to us.
Yes.
What is the item? Rent is the item.
Rent.
It's an expense item. Okay.
Okay. So, sir, in the cycle count, not getting a complete transaction.
Yeah, that I told you, right? So it's not matter that, in that schedule, all the
Yeah.
items, it won't come up.
Yes, sir.
Randomly, yeah.
I will done in 2 times, sir, but not getting complete transaction.
It will randomly come.
Okay.
It will randomly, suppose you entered your count, yearly count per year as 100. Okay,
Yes.
what it will make sure each item is counted 100 times in the year, each item. That item can found in today's schedule or maybe tomorrow's schedule or maybe in the next week's schedule.
Yes.
But it will count 100 times.
So
it is not meant that that item should appear in every schedule.
Yes.
If you want that item to be appear in every schedule, I discussed about a checkbox called include in schedule.
Yes, yes.
If you enable that checkbox, then that item will display in every schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more doubts? Okay, all good. Sindhu, Rahim.
No, sir, no.
All good. Avinash. సింధు మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి అండి?
ఆంధ్ర సార్.
హైదరాబాద్ మరి కర్నూలు. ఓకే, కర్నూలు.
కర్నూలు.
అను
యుఎస్ సార్, బేసికల్లీ గుంటూరు.
ఓకే, గుంటూరులో ఎక్కడ మేడం?
గుంటూరు పిడుగురాల సార్.
ఓకే, నాది గుంటూరు లోకల్ అండి.
ఓ ఓకే, మా హస్బెండ్ అక్కడ.
ఓకే. Okay, team. Any general topic? Okay, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Utilize my time for the next 1 week.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.